Alexa, set timer for 14 minutes.
For how long?
14 minutes! Hi, it's Tanya from My Forking Life, and today we're in the kitchen and we are making an easy and delicious recipe, cornbread muffins. Now, I like to eat all kinds of cornbread. Sometimes I like it really savory and sometimes I like it sweet. And when I ever make a muffin, I like it to be sweet. Now, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, thumbs up, if you like this video. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and also click that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Let's get started. First, we're gonna go ahead and gather all our ingredients. I've got all-purpose flour as well as some cornmeal. Now, this cornmeal that I'm using today is the finely ground cornmeal. You can get any type of cornmeal for these muffins. I've also got some baking powder, salt, sugar, eggs, butter, honey, also to balance out that sweet, some milk, and some vanilla extract. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start by combining some dry ingredients. No, I'm not. Look at that. Almost made a mistake. I'm actually going to start by preheating my oven. Yeah, that's a good step because whenever you're done with this batter, you want to be able to pop it in your muffin tin as well as put it in the oven. So I'm going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, and I have already done the step of preparing my muffin tins by putting liners in there. You could also use silicone liners, or you could just, make sure you grease that and set it to the side. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and combine my dry ingredients in a bowl. I've got 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of cornmeal, a tablespoon of baking powder, and I've got about a teaspoon of salt. This is kosher salt. And I'm going to use a whisk just to make sure that is fully combined. All right, I'm going to set that to the side. Now in a separate bowl, I'm going to go ahead and combine my wet ingredients. And I've got here 2 eggs that have been lightly beaten already. Just going to put that in there. 3/4 cup of milk. This is 2% because this is what I have in my house. I've got here 1/4 cup of butter. This has been melted and has cooled. You do not want to pour hot butter in there because then it'll cook your eggs. I've also got 1/4 cup of honey. I'm going to use my whisk to get that out. 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. I call that a wet ingredient, as well as some vanilla extract. This is vanilla extract that I brought on my last trip to Mexico City. Smells so good. We're gonna use about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And we're just gonna whisk this together. Get that all combined. Now I am going to combine both of these. And this is just something that all bakers are taught. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but you do want to make sure dry ingredients and wet ingredients separate and then combine it. It just makes it a lot easier to make sure everything gets coated. I'm going to have to switch to a spoon to mix this because this batter is getting a little bit thick. And we don't want to over mix it. We just want to make sure we mix it enough till it's combined. Liquidy batter. You can see my batter still has some lumps. We don't care about fully dissolving all those lumps because a lot of it's going to melt in the oven anyways. But you try to get as much as you can kind of out of there. That was a big lump. All right, and your batter should be pretty smooth. But you don't want to over mix it because we all know over mixing batter results in really tough muffins, and we don't want that. All right, guys, we're back. I've waited about a few minutes for my oven to finish preheating. As you can see, that batter even thickened up a bit. That's fine. It'll just be light and airy. All right, so I'm using this cookie. It's going to drop into each muffin tin. Some of your muffins may just be a little bit smaller. It's fine. Alrighty, so here are our muffins in their raw format. We're gonna go ahead and put that in our oven on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 14 to 15 minutes. Keep an eye on it on the middle rack. Yeah. My muffins are done. And this is what they look like fresh out of the oven. Beautiful, golden, delicious cornbread muffins. Now these are hot, so I'm gonna let them cool in the muffin tin for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna put them on a baking rack so that they can cool even a little bit faster. Alrighty, so now that my muffins have pretty much cooled, I'm going to go ahead and, unwrap this beauty. Right. Now it's time to try these muffins. Get a good bit of butter. I mean, you could totally eat these without butter, but why not? Time to take a big bite. So good. Now I need some milk. All right, guys. Until the next time. Bye. Ooh, where's some chili? Let me make some chili. All right. Off to make chili.